So when you're creating content, it really doesn't matter too much about the type of equipment you have. You could have the most expensive camera or video camera or microphone or headphone or laptop and still produce some pretty crappy content. Then the flip side, you could have like the worst camera, the worst video camera, the worst headphones, the worst microphone, the worst computer, and create some amazing things. When I work on my creations, I'm going pretty low budget. I got the wife saying, yeah, you can't spend any money on tech. So like for all of these types of videos, I'm using like a $10 mic that I found on Amazon. But today I'm going to take a look at an entry level microphone that may be good for those people who are just starting out. I wouldn't recommend it for those high-end podcasters or people doing a lot of mic work. There are better things probably out there. But this one, I think for me at least, and for other people who are starting out, might be a good option to test out. Hey, it's HighTechDad, and welcome to my channel where I review all types of gadgets for the home, for working at home, for being on the go. I do fix-it videos and how-to videos. I also have a website where I write up reviews of all types of products that I've tested out. And today we're going to be taking a look at a microphone from Tonor, and they kindly sent me this out for review. This is the TD510 Plus. And this is actually a bundled package here. So it comes with the microphone itself, as well as a boom arm that I'm gonna try to attach somewhere on my cluttered desk here. So what's kind of nice about this is it's got a USB and XLR output. So one for digital, that would be the USB, and one for analog. I don't have any way to test the XLR. I don't have the equipment for it. I'm cheap, can't afford it. So going to go through the unboxing of this and then hook it up to my computer where I'll test it against some other mics that I have and some onboard mics and that sort of thing. Again, I am not a podcaster. I don't focus on sound, but I do have some things that I like and dislike about various types of microphones. There's some that I use and some that I just won't use. So let's see how this one stacks up. I haven't tested it out yet, so stay tuned. So let's see what's inside the box. So again, TD510 USB XLR dynamic mic kit. So this is the kit. This is the boom mic and the boom arm. So just some information on here. Highlights, cardioid pattern, plug and play, clear sound. We're going to test all that stuff out. So let's see what's inside. Comes in one package, which is kind of nice. So let's see here. Looks like it's shrink wrapped. Hopefully I can just take this out of the box. So this feels like one of the arms. We've got a manual here. And then some of the other things inside, it looks like it's a mount for the table. We've got some cables in here, which I'll take out and we'll take a look at. Put those over here. Here is the mic itself. So fairly robust, fairly heavy. So we'll take a look at that. And then it looks like these are the mounts for the boom arm and some cable management ties, Velcro ties, and that looks like everything that's inside the box. So let me put the box aside, take a look at what we have here. So this is the microphone itself. It's, like I said, heavy. It's got an arm that's adjustable. The screw here is made out of metal, feels nice. Arm here, there is a built-in pop guard, which is kind of nice. That was something I was wondering about. This goes right on top of the mic itself, and it's fairly thick. There are some controls on the top, which I'll go through later. It looks like volume or gain buttons here. There's a mute button, and you can switch back and forth between headphones and microphone in terms of probably controlling the gain or the volume of the microphone. And then you have the two inputs that I was talking about. So XLR here, the analog, you've got the USB-C here, and you've got headphone jack for monitoring. And this is like real-time monitoring, supposedly, so I'll be testing that out. And that's about it in terms of the microphone. So then you have cables, XLR inputs. So that's nice to have. Unfortunately, I don't have any way to test that out. And then you have a USB-C and USB-A cable, single cable. I will probably not use this and go directly USB-C to USB-C. But it's nice to have this anyway. And this is the table mount. So it looks like it's padded and adjustable. And it looks like you can actually have a pretty thick table in there. So I'll either be mounting it to this desk or my other sit stand desk. And then that tightens in on the boom arm. Like I said, there's the Velcro ties, putting that aside. The manual looks pretty self-explanatory. I'll look on that. Not too much detail. It sort of goes through some of the things that are in there, but I don't have the XLR stuff to test on that. So look at that later. And then lastly, this is the boom arm. It's kind of hard to get out. Very lightweight. Does look like it has, so yeah, it has springs to adjust the tension. Not too long, but definitely we'll try to get a good optimal positioning. It looks like things can be adjusted that way as well. So let's go into hooking it up and testing out the mic, which is the showcase of this video. Peter packed a peck of pickled peppers. Peter packed a peck of pickled peppers. Peter packed a peck of pickled peppers. So one thing that you want to test out with your mic setup, and again, I'm not a professional. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to make myself sound good so that you guys can hear me. But one key thing to any mic setup is getting a pop guard of some sort. I have some that you can just sort of clamp on to like a boom mic, and it goes in front of you. It's sort of circular, and that sort of slows down the airflow when you say words like pop, pop, pop. That's why they call it a pop mic. So the TONOR TD510 actually has a pop guard built into it. So it is this foam in here. I showed it in the unboxing. I'm going to take it off right now. You can hopefully see that. And I am, just so that you all know, I am recording on 3 different places here so that you can hear the mic using the same camera for 2 mics. So one camera has the, or one mic is obviously the Tonor. The other one is my MacBook Pro built-in mic. And then the lapel mic that I have here that's filming on my iPhone. So just sort of a rough comparison. Those are the only mics that I'm using on this test. So Peter packed a peck of pickled peppers. I'm getting better at saying that. And then the other one you can test is Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Getting better at that. So you listen for the S's. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. And Peter packed a peck of pickled peppers. So I'm going to put the pop guard back on, and hopefully you can hear the difference again. So I only have maybe 5 inches, 4 inches. It's not too close, but I think that's sort of the sweet spot on this Tonor microphone. I have found just in some of my testing and feedback here that it does have a pretty good sort of warm bass sound to it. Again, I don't have the ear that some professionals do. I'm just looking for something that makes me sound okay, doesn't sound too tinny. You can hear the highs and the lows. And of course, you can adjust different things. Like I have the gain set all the way at 100%. And on the top here are buttons that you can control the gain with. So right now it should be all the way at 100%. And I can put it down to putting it back at 100%. And I think, again, this is the sweet spot. So let's talk about the other types of sound and features of this microphone. So it is a cardioid setup, which means that you're going to want to talk directly at the mic. So it's got sound isolation around it. So if I were to keep talking and just start rotating this around, you're going to not hear me as well. So I'm not moving the distance of anything. But from the back, you shouldn't hear too much. But as I rotate back and get this more facing towards me, you should hear the sound isolation, and now the sound is directly on. The other thing that you want to test out is how much noise is transferred from where the microphone is sitting or mounted. So, like I said, this kit came with a mount, sort of a tabletop mount with different arms, so you can hopefully see this. It's on springs, and it can extend and do different things like that. And I found that that's pretty good. This is very lightweight, which I like. But there is going to be some sound transfer. There's no kind of shock guard or anything like that. Wish it had that, but it's not the end of the world. I'm not going to be hammering on my desk, which I'm doing right now. I'm going to be soft typing, maybe using a mouse or something like that. But here's the sound of me tapping on my laptop, tapping on the arm that came, the boom mic arm, tapping on that, tapping on the mic itself, and then tapping on the pop guard. So that's sort of some initial tests. Love to understand what you guys think about the sound. Again, my computer went to sleep. Again, this is the sound coming from the TONOR. Now, this is the sound coming from my Mac's built-in microphones. And now this is the sound that's coming from my lapel pin that's being recorded on the Mac. So which one do you like the best? They're all kind of different. They have different use cases. And the last thing I'm going to test out here is the headphone jack that plugs in, and see how that feedback is. So I'm probably going to use just low-end Apple earbuds that plug in, just to see what kind of feedback I get. It's supposed to be real time, so let me test that out. All right, so I have the headphones set up here. It's a very nice setup. I can hear myself through here. I think I can hear some of the audio coming from my Mac as well. It's good to be able to hear that feedback sometimes, so you can make sure that you are actually talking into the mic and getting things back. So remember, this is a cardioid mic. It's not going to work well sitting on a table and getting people around the table. This is sort of directional. You want to have it facing towards you. But other than that, I like it. It's constructed all out of metal. It seems like it has a pretty good build quality. If you press and hold the mute button here for a few seconds, you can switch over to the volume that controls the volume of any headset that you have attached. And then obviously, if you press and hold it, it switches back to the gain. So you can change the gain using the buttons on the top. So it is fairly reasonable. It's about $60. You probably could get it for less. I'll put some links in the description below. I got this one with the boom arm, so I have that all attached. Probably you can also get one that has a stand. So for your tabletop, I kind of like the boom mic that I can move out of the way. So hope you like this review. You can read a written review on my website, and that's at HighTechDad.com. If you have any questions, you can always ask me on social media, and I'm at HighTechDad. Just do a search for me. And I have a Facebook page, and that's at facebook.com/HTD blog. And if you like this video, I have other ones. Be sure to click the subscribe, like the video. The more likes and the more comments I get, the better the algorithm does, and the more I want to do these types of reviews. I have a lot of fun doing them, and I hope you guys like them a lot. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.